Niger Delta Avengers revisit their claims and demands as Buhary refuses negotiation. On the morning of the 1st of October 1960, Nigerians celebrated their freedom from British colonial rule. Now, 59 years later, the Niger Delta Avengers (NDA) group hopes to recreate this for the Niger Delta region by succeeding from the rest of Nigeria. How they intend to do this remains unclear, but one established fact is that President Buhari will not rest on the country's oars and watch it disintegrate. Rather, he is prepared to use every single governmental structure available to retain Nigerian sovereignty, which he swore to protect. Is a repeat of the 1967 Biafran War on the horizon. Now, one can say, really, until the 1st of October this year. In the meantime, there is a need to understand how the Niger Delta Avengers have since positioned themselves in the oil-rich region and how they can now demand a republic of their own. What you may not know about the Niger Delta Avengers. The Niger Delta Avengers pride themselves on being a group of young Niger Deltans who have support from other western, northern, and eastern parts of Nigeria. They also call themselves educated and well-traveled, stating that most of them were educated in Eastern Europe. They do not have any recognized leadership except for one Brig General Mudoch Agbinibo, who signs most of the statements published on their website. Statements and announcements of their attacks are usually made via their website. The Avengers had a Twitter handle before now, but it was shut down by Twitter about a month ago because the account violated some of the social media platform's rules. According to a statement from the group, they are displeased with the way President Muhammadu Buhari is running the country and will not stop until their demands are met. The militants operate in teams and they have up to 9 strike teams spread across states including Rivers, Ondo, Delta, Bayelsa, Cross River, and Akwa Ibom. What they claim to be fighting for. The Avengers have numerous demands. Firstly, when the group began its attacks in February this year, it listed about 10 demands, including the immediate implementation of the 2014 National Conference reports. They also demanded for the already constructed Maritime University in Delta State to begin operations. Also, one of their demands was the unconditional release of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu and the reinstatement of the presidential amnesty program that was suspended at the inception of the current government. They also talked about restructuring the country and implementing a form of government that will allow states in the region to control their resources. Ultimately, the Avengers appear to be fighting for a sovereign Niger Delta Republic. Timeline of attacks by the militants. The Niger Delta Avengers began to claim attacks on oil installations from the 10th of February 2016, more than 8 months after the Buhari administrations began. On June 16, Ventures Africa compiled the list of attacks by the NDA group so far, and they stood at 14. Since then, the militants have doubled the number of the attacks, and the number of claimed attacks by the NDA group now stands at 27. Describing their mode of operations, the Nigerian President Muhammad Buhary said the technology being deployed by the militants to destroy oil installations is high-tech. Notably, the Avengers claim that since they started attacking oil installations, they have not killed a single person. The NDA's relationship with other militant groups and the Biafran secessionists. The Niger Delta Avengers' link with other militant groups cannot be accurately established, since there are several of these militant groups and many others springing up all the time. Prominently, the NDA group has stated that they do not agree with the movement for the emancipation of the Niger Delta. MEND. The Avengers accuse members of MEND of fighting for their pockets and not for the Niger Delta people on June 7 in a statement titled "MEND, Your Criminal Days Are Over." The Avengers accuse them of indulging in kidnapping, hostage taking, sea privacy, illegal oil bunkering, bank robberies, and social crimes. The NDA groups has also dissociated itself from the reformed Niger Delta Avengers (RNDA), which local media have reported to be a faction of the former. Disclaiming the LNDA, the NDA stated that the public and all sane minds should know that the entire household of the Niger Delta Avengers remain intact. We are in good spirits with highest morals and even more dedicated to get the ultimate target. The Avengers have pledged solidarity to the cause of the Biafran agitators many times. An example of this is obvious in a part of their demands, where they are requesting for the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu, who is currently being held in the Kuje prison. In a similar gesture, the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB have stated that they support their fellow freedom fighters, the Niger Delta Avengers (NDA), describing them as the greatest allies. Thank you for listening to this news. That is it for you, my dear. That is the Niger Delta and their request from Nigerian government. You see, these people will not stop renew their request. They will not stop demanding for what truly belongs to them. Their request will not come to an end until Nigerians heed to their voice. I don't know. This country has always been this kind of people. Nigeria is the only stubborn country that I know that doesn't succumb or heed to what is right. What has these people done, or what are they demanding for? They are actually demanding for their rights, for what truly belongs to them. They are not demanding for too much. What they are demanding is just simple. What truly belongs to them, give it to them and let them go. Let them be. These people are not demanding for too much. They are requesting for what truly belongs to them. The resources, the resources that Nigeria are using in enriching themselves, in growing the GDP of the company, of the country, is from these people. Is from the Niger Delta. Is from these people. So why will Nigeria be making use of these people's resources, and yet they still give them a minuted and a very low location at the end? You are using their resources, yet you don't even remember them at all. You still left their state to be in shambles, to look like a village, and yet you are using their resources. Why won't they fight? This country, in fact, is something else. They will keep renewing their request until Nigerians heed to their voice. I concur to them. I follow up and I concur with their request. Nigerians should pay attention to their request. They are not requesting for too much. Just see what they just listed. What is there for Nigerians to pay attention to? But if it is the request of the Westerners or the Northerners with immediate effect, you see the president doing something about it. That is greediness and wickedness to the highest level. That is wickedness. I detest this country for that. So my viewers, I would like your comment to come into this case. What is your own opinion? Don't forget to leave them behind. Click on the subscription buttons as well as bell button to receive more updates. Thank you.